NBA basketball totals for Monday, January 30th. We have the two games on the card. We're going to dive right in here. Not a big slate of games. We were 1-1 yesterday, and we're still, over 500 for the season. NCAA segment, same concept, same context, is going really well so far on the totals. So you want to check that one out as well. We'll have a video going on our YouTube channel. So be sure to tune into that. This video here, we've been doing a live segment with our NBA totals, but unfortunately I'm traveling, so not able to get to that. We are going to do it tomorrow, though, and that's been a lot of fun. The feedback you guys have been giving has been fantastic, so be sure to tune into that. That'll be 4 o'clock Eastern on our Facebook page. Don't forget sbrpicks.com, Sportsbook review, blacklist, sportsbooks you want to avoid. We got a lot of sign-up bonuses out there, and all the odds and the numbers to help you with your handicapping. So just really great website. You got to check us out. Let's go. Let's dive into some totals. First one up we got here is Brooklyn and Miami. Oddsmakers have us at 217, and I'm going under. I actually, just to be honest, I was actually looking at going over the total when I first saw that number because it just looked off. But as I started to dig into, the statistics of their last game and start to break down some more numbers overall between these two teams, I mean, Brooklyn plays no defense at all. However, Miami does, and they don't go at a really fast tempo. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we got Brooklyn right now. They're averaging 106 points per game, Miami 99.5. That's not a lot. And so, but we look at their last game, 109 to 10, let me make sure I have this right, 109 to 106. Miami with a tremendous comeback in the fourth quarter. What might put some people off is the fact that Brooklyn is allowing 115.2 points per game. They rank dead last in the NBA in almost every defensive statistics. They've been terrible. They're allowing opponents to shoot 46.7%. They're allowing 43 field goals made per game. That ranks last. 92.1 attempts. That ranks last. All that being said, though, and Miami is a team that can score at time, that 217 I think is a bit too much. And the main reason why, first of all, Miami doesn't go at a really fast clip. They're averaging just 85.4 attempts per game. That ranks 19th in the NBA, and they don't allow very much as well. But more importantly, when we look at that last matchup, Miami shot out of their minds. 48.2% overall and 47.8% from distance. That is not going to happen tonight because statistically, they shoot 35.1%. That ranks 22nd in the league. So they shot out of their minds. I don't see that happening again. They're going to win. They're red hot right now, too. The Heat playing tremendous basketball. But in that game, just last week, just the other day versus Brooklyn, they got up 83 attempts. Brooklyn got up 80. Brooklyn got up 80. That's really low for them, and that just shows a really good, tenacious Miami defense, and they know that's what's been getting them wins. I think we're going to see more of that tonight. So 217 looks about right. That's what oddsmakers had it last game, and they went under, and I think they go under again. So I'm going to back under the total. That's our first play right there. It's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Brooklyn, if they can get some talent, like I mentioned, with Kenny Atkinson, they might be able to make a little bit of noise. They got to have some talent because that guy can coach. Man, Miami's hot right now, playing great defense. All right, next one up, Memphis and Phoenix. Two contrasting styles. Oddsmakers have this at 208.5. Let me double check that number real quick. Yeah, 208.5. I'm going over that total. They have not met up this year. Memphis, traditionally, same personnel. They still go at a really slow pace, even with Fitzdale at the helm this year, because they still have the same guys. Phoenix, again, even under Watson, same dynamic where they're getting up and down the floor. So it's kind of like, which way do you think this game is going to go? I actually think Phoenix can hang with Memphis in Phoenix. They just dropped 2 to Denver on an away and a home situation where we had 2 really high scoring games. They can really score some points. Memphis just got bogged down. Great win at Utah, but that was a slow tempo game. And I like for this one to get up and down. So I'm going to go back over this total. Let's break down some numbers on these two. Right. Well, first of all, let me talk about this real quick. When we talk about Memphis and Phoenix, we got the same personnel essentially, but let's look at their totals. Their last several totals, we have only seen them at this total over their last, we'll say their last 10 matchups where they've kind of had the same personnel from 2014. Really, they've only been at this 208.5 or around that number just twice before, and they went over both times. So I anticipate for that to happen again. Now, statistically, Memphis goes extremely slow, and they don't allow anything. Right now, they rank first in the NBA, allowing just 34.4 field goals made per game. Phoenix is the complete opposite. They allow 40. That ranks 26 in the NBA. They are at home, so I expect they're going to be able to control some tempo. Phoenix goes really fast. They're averaging 87.6, field goal attempts per game. They're ranks third in the NBA. Memphis not very fast, averaging just 84.2, but not as slow as they were last year. And they can score a little bit. They can shoot the three 34.9%. That's not bad. They can't shoot outside of that, but Phoenix plays no defense. So I think that's going to help Memphis to score enough to help get us over this total. But at the end of the day, I do think Phoenix actually pulls off the upset and wins this game. I just like the way they match up with them, especially at the guard position. Memphis, very good defensive statistics. Phoenix, offensively, not great, but they are shooting 45% for the floor. So I think they're going to be able to score. I think this game gets over that 208.5. I think it gets over 210. Memphis is averaging just 99.9 points per game, and they're only allowing 99.6. Very solid. Phoenix, though, defensively, they're terrible, allowing 112. But I think the tempo is going to be fast. That's why I like for Phoenix to hang in this one, and I like for them to get over this total. That's it. Two quick ones. And let's go ahead. Let's break them down one more time. We got Brooklyn and Miami under the 217, and Memphis and Phoenix over the 208.5. Those are our two NBA picks for the totals. We'll be back live on Tuesday with this NBA segment, so be sure to tune in because it's going to go off just a couple hours before the first game. So, you want to pay attention to that. Give me some feedback. I'll give you some feedback back. We'll talk about games. We'll talk about matchups. We'll talk about spreads as well. That's been going pretty well, as you've noticed, on the segments for you guys that tune in. And don't forget to check out our NCAA segment, sbrpicks.com, and I wish you luck on your picks today.
Go to sbrodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.